Yo ho, what is up guys? RizzyPOW with our first week in the MPL. So this is actually week 9 of the MPL, but we joined mid-season and today we are going to be going against Slaxorus. So he's the coach of the Houston Axews, and make sure to check him out. Both the link to his Twitter and YouTube channel will be in the description below. So also, our logo for the Phoenix Sunfloras is here. I will flash for you guys on screen. My buddy Jack made it for me as a favor, so make sure to check him out. Both of his YouTube and Twitter links will also be in the description below. I really like this logo a lot. I think it's really nice. I like it a lot. So yeah. Now, another thing I want to address is that this is going to be a post-com Wi-Fi battle. Now, the reason for that is because for some reason, I feel like I don't play as well when I do live comms. That it might not always be the case. It really depends on the day a lot of the time, but just saying most of these battles will be post com. Not saying that I won't ever have another live com or something like that. It's just that I feel like I play better when I have post com battles. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And yep. So I'm gonna explain my team right over here. I brought my Garbodor for this team because Slack did not really have many options for hazard stacking, and especially for Garbodor hazard stacking. Now, I could set up spikes, toxic spikes on a lot of his Pokemon, and especially he only had one Defogger and one Rapid Spinner, being both Whimsicott and Hitmonlee, and none of them really wanted to deal with Garbodor. So those are my reasonings for that, and I also ran Gunk Shot and Drain Punch on it. Now, I also brought Chansey. Chansey walled a lot of my opponent's Pokemon, especially being that Kyurem. It completely walled the Kyurem, especially since he's most likely going to be running a screen set, since he's been doing that for every single week, I'm pretty sure so far, or whenever he's brought it. I'm pretty sure that's what he's been doing, and that's why I brought my Chansey. And the moves that I ran on Chansey was Toxic, Soft Boiled, and Seismic Toss. And now for the last move, I debated over Protect and Healing Wish, and I ended up going with Protect because Protect was really nice because, you know, it is a wall, it has Toxic. I also wanted to maybe catch that Lopunny off guard and maybe make it take 50% from that high jump kick missing. But yeah, that's my reasoning for doing that. I wanted to run Healing Wish potentially so I could heal up my Blaziken. Now, I ran a Scarf Blaziken this match because he did not really have anything that wanted to switch in on one of Blaziken's stabs, being both Fire and Fighting. So I knew Blaziken was my win condition. So this time I ran a Scarf set with pretty much the only two moves I really needed were High Jump Kick and Flare Blitz. Now, I ran Knockoff for utility, and I also ran Vacuum Wave in case he brought a Scarfed Darmanitan or a Scarfed Haxorus, or he ever got +1 with his Haxorus. Now, Vacuum Wave would have been pretty useful if that ever happened, because I could get 25% off on those Pokemon, depending on where they are already. If they are already at 25%, I could take them out, and maybe if I ever needed just sack Blaziken off to get that damage off, that would have been nice. So yeah, that's my reasoning for bringing Blaziken. It was really good against his team, and it does get worn down, especially if it gets rocks or like spikes on his side of the field. Healing Wish could have come in really clutch if I had it. Now, Superior, I also brought just because, besides my Chansey, I was a bit weak to Rotom Wash, and that was my Pokemon that I could use against it. Now, I know a lot of his team does not do very good with, a lot of his team deals very well with Superior, so, yeah. Superior was pretty good overall on his team, though, with Hidden Power Rock, Leaf Storm, and I ran a Leech Seed substitute set because Superior has some natural bulk to it, and I also ran Leftovers on it. So I could sometimes catch him off with that Leech Seed. That could have been pretty nice. Now, I also brought Mega Slowbro. Now, I did not really want to run a Calm Mindset because I figured he was going to both bring Thunderous Eye and his Rotom, or maybe at least one of them, and it would be really difficult setting up Calm Minds with both of those Pokemon around. So I just decided to run a defensive set with Scald, Psyshock, Thunderwave, and Slack Off. Yep, that is my moveset. So, yep, that is what I ran. And my last Pokemon that I brought would be Aggron. Now, he did not really have many switch-ins for this Aggron. This was a Life Orb set with Head Smash, Stealth Rocks, Heavy Slam, and Superpower. He really did not have many options when dealing with this Pokemon. I could switch in to anything. Can switch nothing. I'm sorry, my words. Almost nothing on his team could switch into a Head Smash. Even Low Bunny, who resists it, it would take about 50% from that thing. And if he had a Reflect Up, he would have some switch-ins, but still, Aggron could really pack a punch this week. So that is why I brought it. So we're just going to get into the match, and we're going to see how it went. Slaxers, is this issuing a challenge? Definitely he is. So he starts off with his Whimsicott, and I start off with my Garbodor because I just want to start getting my hazards up, especially since he did not have much of an answer for them. I pretty much got the perfect lead. This was really nice. He goes for a U-turn, and he does take that Rock Helmet damage that I do have, breaking his potential Focus Sash if he had one. So I decided to just start setting up my spikes. I figured he was going to switch out, most likely into his Mega Chicken, to start getting his screens up. So I just wanted to go for a layer of spikes, just start getting that stuff off, because his team was really weak to these hazards. So he starts going off with his Reflect, and I'm going to now get Toxic Spikes up, because he did not have any Poison type, and the only way he could get rid of it was going for a Defog with his Whimsicott. So he's not going to allow me to set up all these hazards on his side of the field, so he just decides to switch out into his Darmanitan. Now, you could either be Bandage, Scarf, or Life Orb. I know Slaxers really likes Life Orb Darmanitan, so I was figuring he might be that, and he might just go for the Earthquake right here, and that would have probably taken me out. He wouldn't even have to take any Rocky Helmet damage or Aftermath damage, since he did not take any physical contact with me. So he ended up going for the Flare Blitz as I switch out into my Slowbro, because that was my designated switch in for this monster. So he does quite a bit of damage to me, and he's going to take some of the recoil damage as well as the poison damage, which is really good for me. Over here, I decided Mega Evolve. I almost wanted to switch out because I thought he was... I kind of wanted to switch out into something else, kind of predicting if he would switch into something else, because I thought he might have been banded, but he actually does switch his moveset up. I decided to stay in because he might be Life Orbed, and I did not want him to get some switch initiative off. So I just decided to go for the Slack Off right over here, because I really needed the health back on this Slowbro. Also, Mega Evolving allowed me to switch in more easily into certain Pokemon, so that was pretty good for me. I got that Slack Off, and now I gotta switch out because this thing can most likely one-shot me. And he predicts this pretty nicely, and he goes for the Taunt, predicting most likely my Chansey to come in. I didn't want to bring in Chansey just yet because I was scared he might be a mix set with maybe Knockoff or Superpower. So I decided to go out into my Garbodor. He's going to take a lot of damage from the Thunderbolt, but I'm going to get a Gunk Shot off. Even though I can't get any more hazards up on his side of the field because I am taunted, I just want to get some damage off on this thing because this thing is immune to spikes, and I don't really have many ways of withering it down unless I got rocks on my side of the field, which I don't have up yet. So I go for the Gunk Shot. Fortunately, I actually do get the poison, which is really nice for me. Unfortunately, that really sucks for Slaxerus, but yeah. He's going to be taking some more damage with the Life Orb damage and poison damage. Now, I switched in Chansey because I saw the taunt, and I assumed... I know I should have probably went for the Protect right over here to make sure he did not have a physical move for me, like Knockoff or Superpower. But I assumed that he would be a Prankster set, and he would not have any physical moves, and he would not be Defiant. So that is the reason why I went out into my Chansey. Now, he's going to be able to bring in his Lopunny right here, take some more spikes damage as well as that poison damage, which really sucks for him. He's going to be taking all that damage. I should have gone for the Protect right here, kind of scouting what he was going to go for, as well as make him take another turn of poison damage. And potentially, if he went for a Jump Kick, he would have been caught off guard and taken 50%. So at this point, I just decide to sack off my Garbodor to get that Rocket Helmet plus Aftermath damage on him, just wearing him down even more. He decides to go for Power Up Punch right over here, which is even better for me, because he's going to be taking an extra turn of both Rocket Helmet damage and that poison damage, which is just fantastic for me. I'm in a really good position right now. So he's going to be able to now take me out with the return, but he's at a really bad position right over here because, yeah, all that damage he is taking, all that damage, that is nice and delicious for me. Yup. Unfortunately, the poison is not going to take him out just yet. It's almost about to take him out. So I have two options right here to either go into my Scarf Blaziken and go for either Flare Blitz or Vacuum Wave. I should have gone for Vacuum Wave in hindsight because I realized, because then he would not know that I'm Scarfed. I just revealed I'm Scarfed. My other option was actually going out into Chansey and just going for the Protect, allow him to take himself out with that poison damage. So his thing is going to come right here, Rotom Wash, and he predicts me pretty well that my Chansey was coming in, and he goes for the Volt Switch. So he's going to be able to get some Switch Initiative, which kind of sucks for me, but you know, it's alright. And I was scared his Darmanitan was going to come in, but even if it did, this would be the last time he's going to be able to switch in freely, because you know, I have spikes up on my side of the field. He decides not to do that, and he just decides to go out into his Whimsicott. Now, I know Slacksters likes to run like Tailwind on his Whimsicott and stuff like that, so I was kind of scared about that, but there's no reason for me not to stay in at this point. He goes for the Leech Seed, trying to start wearing me down. Whimsicott can be a freaking annoying mon with that Prankster, Will-O-Wisp, Sub, and all that kind of stuff. Fortunately for me, I don't think he's running Substitute on this set. He has leftovers, and even though he is poisoned, he's still getting a lot of health back every turn since he has that Leech Seed on me. He has that Leech Seed in Sunnyside. Oh my god, you fat little girl. You are not looking in the best position right now. Especially because this next turn, he goes for the Tailwind, and I knew that he had Tailwind, and I did not want to just kill him straight up because I did not want him to be able to come in with his Darmanitan and have 3 turns with Tailwind up. That would have kind of sucked for me. In hindsight, it wouldn't have really been that big of a deal because I could have just switched into my Slowbro and taken a hit pretty easily, gone for the Scald and Slack Off. So in hindsight, maybe I should have just gotten rid of this thing right now. Right here, he goes for the Taunt, and because I'm not trying to get rid of him, I just decide I want to get my health back. I go for the Soft Bolt right here, and unfortunately, I get Toxic. So Sunnyside is looking in a really bad position right here. I really need this thing to be at a lot higher amount of health. She's not looking too good, and yeah. So I have to switch out unless I want to keep on getting hurt by all of this Leech Seed damage. I need to find a time to Soft Bolt up later in the match. So he predicts pretty well. I go out into Aggron as he U-turns. Now the reason I went to Aggron was because I could just fire off a Head Smash at this point and nothing had wanted to take it. Actually, the Rotom would have kind of wanted to take it, but it would have taken about 50% or something like that. It would have taken a lot of damage. So I'm forced to switch out again because I'm not about taking a Hydro Pump, and I'm pretty sure he predicts this. No, he does not predict this. He just decides to go for the Will-O-Wisp, which is fantastic for me. Which is just fantastic for me because I am here with my Chansey. I'm not taunted, and I can go for the Soft Boil, which is perfect. I want to go for that Soft Boil. Fat Chansey. Look at this fat little girl. Fat Chansey. What a fat little girl. So I'm going to get my Soft Bolt up right here. He's going to switch back out into his Whimsicott, taking some more Spikes damage and some more Poison damage. These Spikes are really coming through for me in this match as he's just willing his team down really nicely. So I'm here with my Chansey, got my Soft Bolt up. I'm looking at a pretty good position. Look at Sunnyside. Look at her. She's doing pretty nice. And unfortunately she is burned, and I have to switch out right here because I don't want to take another taunt and get worn down or anything. So I switch out right here into my Aggron, wanting to get another kill on something. He goes for Leech Seed. He unfortunately misses. Also the fact that I switch out a Chansey, that burn is gone because I had Natural Cure. So I figured he was going to switch out into his Rotom again, and even though 50% on that thing would have been pretty nice, I decided to go for my rocks. He ended up just staying in and going for the lead seed, so I could have taken him out right here, but these rocks ensure the kill on the Darmanitan, and at this point, I'm pretty sure his Whimsicott does not have defog because it has not gone for it yet. So, he just in here, he got that lead seed on me, and that kind of sucks for Aggron, but I'm just able to kill some, or at least take a lot of damage from something and go for the head smash. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. He goes for the U-turn, getting that, like, how much damage is it going to do? That did like 5. That probably didn't even do 5. That did a very low amount. And I'm going to be able to go for my head smash. Let's see how much this does. Let's see. Oh. Okay, this is really anticlimactic. Nope. I miss. God damn it. That miss mattered a little bit, but I have been getting a lot of hacks on him, so that kind of sucks for him. So I guess it's only fair. Still, I've been getting a lot more hacks than him. The hacks has been a lot more one-sided on my side. As you will definitely see later in the match too. He already missed the leaf seed, which really kind of mattered. And so he predicts this my switch into Superior right here, and he goes for the Volt switch. Now Superior is sitting pretty nicely right over here, and unfortunately goes on to his Mega Chicken. But look at the amount of damage you're going to take from all these hazards. Look how clutch hazards can come for me. Look, he already that spikes damage, and he taking that gets poison and those rocks. He's about 50% by the end of the turn just by switching into all these hazards. That's how good these hazards were on my side of the field, and that's what can happen when you don't carry a defogger. So Mega Chicken is a really low amount of health, and I'm just gonna sub up right here. I figured he was probably gonna start setting up his screens, but he ends up just going for the Ice Beam. Now right over here, I didn't think he would be so especially defensive, and I calced how much a Hidden Power Rock would do to him, and it was a roll, but it would most likely gotten to kill him. Right here, to make sure that I didn't get a low roll, I should have probably gone for the substitute, but as you can see, my calcing was a bit off because he was in fact, I'm pretty sure, max special defense, calm nature, so he's able to eat that thing up and just take me out with a nice beam, which is a really bad play that I made. I could have potentially saved my Superior, my Anaconda, and I could have potentially raised my differential a bit, but to be honest, it's not that big of a deal. I can just revenge kill this Mega Chicken, this annoying Mega Chicken. I know I've seen him use this thing so many times in like other previous weeks, and it's been an annoying mon for sure. So he's gonna be able to switch in his dryer because he wants to get that hydro pump off on me in case I do stay in, and I decided to switch out because I know this thing is my win condition. I cannot allow it to take a hydro pump, so I make the safe switch into my Chansey as he does go for the hydro pump. And Chansey's looking pretty good right here. I can now just go for a soft boiled and just get some more HP back because having this Chansey at like full health is just really good for me. Now as you can see, these all of these hazards are really wearing his team down, and he goes out into his Darmanitan just deciding to sack it off to all the hazards damage. So I'm able to get a free soft build up right here, which is just fantastic for me. And his Darmanitan is going to go down, that Sheer Forest Life Orb Darmanitan. So Sunnyside looking a pretty damn good position right here. He's going to send out his Whimsicott, and hazards are really taking his toll on his team. He's going to lose more damage from the toxic spikes and stuff like that. So he's going to try going for the lead seed, and he actually misses, which kind of mattered because his last mon is actually Rotom Wash. So his last mon is Rotom Wash, and this is going to end up being a stalwart. If he landed that leaf seed, he could have potentially gotten he could have potentially been able to take my Chansey out. It would have been really annoying. It would be really difficult for me to play around it. But we have 4 Pokemon right here, and because he did not get that leaf seed up, we are going to be able to take this Rotom out with a lot of stall, unfortunately. So before this match, we were at a -18 differential, and we were 2 to 6 I'm pretty sure now we are 3-6, and we have a -14 differential because we are able to win this match with a 4-0 victory. So that is really good for us. It really shows that you cannot mess with the Phoenix Sunfloras. Even though our logo has a huge smiley face on it, behind that is pure destruction. You don't mess with a Sunflora, okay? A Sunflora is power, okay? You just don't mess with them. And yeah, so for a while, I just have to stall because that's the only I want to conserve my 4-0, and unfortunately I know I did not draft these Pokemon. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be having to stall with it, which kind of sucks, but it's just how the cookie crumbles. So if you guys want to watch the rest of this match, you can. It's just a bunch of stall. I end up winning. Spoilers, unfortunately. But yeah, I end up winning. There's only like 10 turns of just this stall going on because he has Pain Split. So I'm gonna get up out right here. We won our first week in the MPL, week 9 though. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Hope you guys enjoy this video. This has been RizzyPOW. You just got knocked out. See you guys next time.